here we go. Hello, everybody. Good to see you again. It's Carson Meredith here on this Sunday night, November 17th. It just continues to fly by this year, doesn't it? Hope you're well. It is 7:36 p.m. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you got outside and enjoyed the sunshine. Because I'm afraid, my friends, we're not going to see a whole lot more of that sunshine this week. We've got a lot to talk about, as you know. So we're going to start. We're just going to jump right in. You know what? Let's not babble. Let's just go. How about it? Let's take you to Bardstown tonight, shall we? It's quiet this evening, just fine. No issues at all. Had that sunshine earlier today, and to be honest with you, we had more sunshine than I thought we would. I thought we'd have a little bit, but not as much as we did. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. We got up to 71 earlier today here in Louisville. So certainly a warm Sunday here in the middle of November. Comments, let's go. Let's see. Adam says, good evening from Bloomington. Nice day. Indeed it was. Hope you're well up there in Bloomington, my friend. Sean says, hello from Taylorsville. Gary's asking, who we got tonight? And then he says, hey, it's me. Yeah. Special thanks to Brian for covering for me yesterday morning. I've had to deal with a family matter over the last week or so. So appreciate him stepping in for me in my absence. I know he did a special Saturday Snow Talk blog for y'all yesterday. Ellen says, hello, watching in Highview. Hope you're well. Angela says, good evening from Taylorsville. Kick and Wing on YouTube says, happy Sunday. Likewise. Hope you're well. An anonymous commenter on YouTube says, let it snow. That is still in the forecast. Indeed, as we go towards Thursday in particular. Tracy says, hello. Shonda, good evening. Very kind. It's good to be back. Good to be back here on Wave Weather Now and here at Wave. Tanya says, hello from Hanover. Gary says, let it snow. Oh, man, I got a lot of bots friends in here, don't I? Shouldn't be surprised at all. Judy says, hello from Bardstown. So a lot of us chiming in tonight. Okay, speaking of Bardstown, you just saw that live view, nice and quiet. In Bardstown and across all of Wave Country. But those clouds are thickening up. And as the night goes on, we're going to go back to that overcast sky that we had back on Friday and early on Saturday. Those clouds will keep things warmer overnight tonight. So a lot of us will stay in the 50s. In fact, I think all of us will. 54 here in Louisville. If you live outside the city, 50, 51, 52, somewhere in that ballpark is where we will settle later on tonight. Tomorrow looks fine. Not the prettiest day on earth because the clouds will hold tough, but it's going to be comfortable again. 68 is where we're heading tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a couple degrees cooler than today because of that cloud cover that'll be moving in tonight and sticking around throughout the day tomorrow. That's the situation for the next 24 hours. Didn't want to waste too much time on that because it's quiet. Here's the big picture across this great land of ours. Your attention immediately goes to this cold front right over the heartland, from Chicago to the Quad Cities of Iowa and Illinois, to Kansas City, to Oklahoma City, into the panhandle of Texas. That, my friends, is our next cold front. This is a slow-moving cold front for now, but it's going to get a little kick the next 24 hours or so, and that will set the stage for our first of 2 alert days for Tuesday. I'll explain why there's only 2 alert days now instead of 3 in a little bit. But this cold front will sweep into our neck of the woods on Tuesday. It's not going to be a huge ordeal. Okay? It's not. Just being straight with you. The reason we have the alert day is because of the timing of when the rain with this front will be moving through. Impact. Remember, our alert days are starting to focus more now on how they impact you and your life in addition to severe weather. This one is just impact-based, no severe weather. So the timing of this alert day, I've trimmed it up a little bit tonight. As we get better high-res data, we're going 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. For this Tuesday morning alert day. And basically, we are just giving you a heads up that with this rain moving in during the morning rush on Tuesday, your drive to work or school is going to be a little slow. So plan accordingly. Add an extra 10, 15 minutes to your Tuesday morning drive, and you'll be just fine. Take it slow, headlights on. You guys know the drill. This is not going to be, in all likelihood, a heavy rain setup. Could there be a couple of heavier downpours? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's certainly on the table. There might even be a couple rumbles of thunder in the mix. But that will be an isolated concern. The main thing is we're just flagging Tuesday morning as an alert day to say, hey, it's going to rain during the rush hour. Be careful. That's all this alert day is, just to let you know that your morning drive is going to be impacted a little bit. When we look at the rain chances hour by hour on Tuesday, where you see it highlighted in red, that's when the rain chance is at its highest. 6 a.m., 8 a.m., smack dab in the middle of the morning rush. 60% chance for that rain to move through. Now, here's the thing, guys. Some of you could get a pretty good soaking downpour Tuesday morning. Some of you may not get a drop. It's one of those kind of deals where it's going to be hit and miss as this little line of downpours or showers starts to roll through. And you notice by Tuesday afternoon, that front's, it's getting a move on. So the rain chances are slim for the second half of the day on Tuesday. Maybe you're not heading to work. Maybe you got the day off or something. Maybe you're retired and you want to do some errands or have some plans on Tuesday. You can do those plans in the morning if you want. Just keep the umbrella with you. You might be able to get away without that umbrella later in the day on Tuesday. Here we go with Futurecast. Excuse me. This is an in-house forecast model that we have here at Wave. 3 a.m. Tuesday, first little showers in our western counties. Lawrence, Orange, Crawford, Perry counties in particular. But look how not isolated, look how hit and miss this stuff is, right? Some of you will not see a drop. Some of you will see a lot of rain in a short amount of time. And the timing of it could not be worse because it could be, that is, during the morning rush. Let me get that cleared off. So you see a couple pockets of yellow and orange. And obviously don't take these exact spots as the end-all be-all, but you get the idea. So as these showers with some little downpour scoot through, you have to take it slow. This particular forecast model suggests it could be right in the middle of the morning rush hour, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. There are some models that have nothing more than light showers. Not even heavy downpours, not even thunder. If we get to the point to where that is likely what we'll have is just light showers and there's no heavy rain threat, we may be able to drop the alert day. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But not at this stage of the game. I want to give it a little more time. Let us get closer to Tuesday before we pull the plug too early. And look, guys, we don't do this stuff to hype. We don't, okay? Trust me. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have any alert days because the weather's nice and quiet. We're just giving you that heads up that we're going to have some issues here or there. Okay, comments. We go. Harold's watching from Shelbyville tonight. Tanya says, no snow, please. I don't know if I can make that promise tonight, Tanya. I'm afraid. Malia says, your fans from Palm City, Florida. So Malia messaged me on Facebook. They were visiting Louisville. They were visiting Wave Country. I think it was a week or so ago. They said, hey, we really enjoyed watching you on Wave. So appreciate you, Malia, watching us back down in the Sunshine State. Hope all is well. Brandon says, good evening. Thank you for the kind words, Brandon. I appreciate it. Shonda says, I trust you to not say that 4-letter S word. You sure, Shonda? Because I'm about to say it here in a few minutes. Yeah, Cameron's talking about that, what the GFS is showing with that snow. We'll get to that here in just a second. Let's see here. April's watching in Sellersburg. And Jackie's watching in Corden. Everybody's watching from everywhere tonight. Love it. Okay, so we talked about Tuesday. Morning commute rain might slow you down heading to work or school. We'll watch for heavy downpours. We'll watch for thunder. It's not going to be an all-day rain. That system moves out. We did have an alert day for Wednesday. We did. But we have since pulled back on it for a couple of reasons that I will explain here in the next moment or two. Our second alert date now is for Thursday only. And this alert day is the one where we could see those snowflakes. Sorry, guys, if you're not a fan of that four-letter S word. It is possible. It is still very possible. So let's start off with Futurecast here at 6 o'clock Wednesday night. What do you notice on Futurecast at 6 o'clock Wednesday night? Not a lot, right? Forecast models have come in much drier today for Wednesday. Much drier. There's some models that have us bone dry on Wednesday. I'm not ready to go there just yet. I still think there might be a couple of showers that hold on east of I-65 from the Tuesday cold front. So we'll watch it. But the bottom line is the trend on Wednesday is to go drier and drier and drier. In addition, the trend on Wednesday is to keep the temperatures more steady during the day. You know, we were talking about how these temperatures would crash during the day on Wednesday. At this stage of the game, that no longer appears to be the case. It's going to be cool Wednesday, cooler than what we've had, cooler than what we'll have tomorrow, but it's not going to be just a nosedive with those temperatures on Wednesday. So Wednesday looks drier. Wednesday doesn't look as bone-chilling. Since we don't have those two factors in play now on Wednesday, we're pulling the plug on that alert day for now on Wednesday. Wednesday, no alert day. It's still going to be breezy on Wednesday. We could still have wind gusts near 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour. And it's going to be cooler than what we've been treated to today and what we'll have tomorrow. We'll have highs in the 50s on Wednesday instead of highs in the 60s and 70s. But we won't, in all likelihood, have much in the way of rain. And it looks like the temperature crash will hold off until Thursday. And that's why that alert day for Thursday is still in place. So Wednesday evening looks better, much better. But as we get towards Thursday morning, that moisture, that wraparound moisture starts to move in from the north and west. And depending on when this moisture arrives, it may start out as rain and make that transition to a mix or all snow. If that moisture arrives a little later, after that cold air has already settled in, I'm not going to rule out that we start with some snowflakes right out of the gate. This is Thursday. Specific times, there's going to be a couple of impulses of moisture moving through, it looks like. One of which is what you're seeing now, Thursday morning. But there might be another little impulse that moves in as that colder air really takes hold Thursday night. You see it up there near Chicago. Let me try to pause it in a good spot. See all that stuff up near Chicago, near the top of the map? That's kind of the second impulse of moisture that could move in Thursday evening. All right. Now, for you snow lovers, if you're looking for accumulations, I don't want to be anti-bots because I do enjoy snow, not as much as I did when I was a kid because I have to go to work now instead of having snow days. But I do not see significant accumulations at this stage of the game for a couple of reasons. One, the temperatures are going to be borderline, especially in the city. My forecast tonight still has overnight lows in the upper 30s in Louisville, which would mean near or just above freezing outside of town. So you've already got borderline temperatures as it is. And the ground temperatures are still warm. They're still quite warm. So a lot of these snowflakes or sleet pellets, if we get that wintry mix, they're likely melt on contact. I don't see significant road issues other than the roads just being wet. And that, of course, can slow you down. If you've got a wintry mix flying into your windshield, you can't really see that well. That's why the alert day is in place. Again, that impact for you driving around town on Thursday with this wintry mix coming down and the roads being wet. But I just don't see much in the way of accumulations at this stage of the game. If we do get any accumulations, it would have to come down to how heavy that wintry weather is coming down, the snowfall rates. If we get a quick little heavy burst of a snow shower, maybe get a little coating on the grass, maybe a little coating on the top of the car, which is, I like to call it festive flurries. You know, they fly around, they might dust the grass or the rooftops, but they don't hurt anybody, right? So I think that's what we're looking at this point. There's still a little early when we're talking specific times and things like that. But I would say Thursday morning and then again Thursday evening is when we have the best shots to see at least some wintry mischief here in Wave Country. And of course, that colder air will also be another storyline. Is it extreme cold? No. Is it pipe bursting cold? No. But it is that first shot of true winter-like air of the season that'll be moving in on Thursday and likely sticking around into Friday and possibly next weekend. You'll see that in the 10-day in a second. Let's see. Who did I upset with that snow forecast? Aaron says, watching. Hopefully we will see some snow. Aaron, there's a good chance you'll see at least some flakes up in Seymour for sure. I think southern Indiana and then areas kind of north and east of Louisville are northeastern counties. So Trimble, Carroll, Henry, up towards Madison, Hanover, Seymour. You guys have an even better shot to see some of those snow showers. You live down towards Litchfield or, Mumfordville, Cave City, Columbia. You'll probably see a few flurries, maybe just not as many flurries as your friends up north. So yeah, we'll probably see a few snowflakes in Seymour, Aaron. That is for sure. Shannon says hello from Fort Knox. Tanya's asking any hurricanes. No, Sarah's still out there. Tropical Storm Sarah, but it's fallen apart. It's not an issue for us at all. Sean, we can't escape it. No, we can't escape it. Can't escape that snow. That is for sure. Anonymous on YouTube says snow all day, every day. Carrie says snow means I have to climb on a slippery roof to clear the solar panels. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Again, I think a lot of the roadways will be fine. I think all the roads will be fine. The only thing that I would be a little concerned about is if this colder air, as it really kind of takes hold, if we still have some moisture left on the roads and we actually do get below freezing, maybe a couple slick spots, but I'm getting way ahead of myself there. I just really don't see a huge, icy road situation or anything like that at all. Nothing close. Just kind of the festive flurries, okay? The good kind. The good kind. Adam saying, how much in Bloomington? Again, Adam, kind of like I said, at most, maybe a few, maybe a little tiny dusting on the grass or on the roof of the car. Not much more than that. So, Lisa says, if it is cold, it better be pretty with snow. Yeah, I'd much rather have some snow than a cold rain. That's the worst thing. It's when it's 38 degrees outside and it's just raining. It's pouring all day. It's like, gosh, if it was just a few degrees cooler, we'd have a big time snow. But anyway, so that's where we are at it with our forecast, guys. Tuesday and Thursday, the big days to watch. Reason why we have the 2 alert days, one for rain and one for those festive flurries that'll be flying as that colder air really settles in on Thursday. Let me pull up the 10-day earliest alert. If you guys have any more questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, let me know here in the comments. Got a lot of us watching here on a Sunday night. There you go. Look at that temperature crash. Whew. 72 on Tuesday before that cold front gets through. All the way down to 44 on Thursday. Oy. Ay, ay, ay. But if you've lived around here long enough, you know we've gone from 50 to 0 in 12 hours, right? So it's been worse. As we look ahead to Friday, we're still trying to figure out how much moisture is still going to be nearby as the system pushes east. There's some models suggesting sorry, I was looking at another comment. There's some models suggesting that a few more showers might flare up east of I-65 Friday. So that's why we got a 20% chance in there. Next weekend looks solid at this point. It looks cool. 50 on Saturday, 52 Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds. Now, as you look ahead to next week, not this upcoming week, but the following, Thanksgiving week, you see those rain chances go up in the days leading up to Turkey Day. I don't want to get into too many specifics at this stage of the game because a lot can and will change, and there's a lot of uncertainty still. However, the pattern suggests that things will remain quite active heading into Thanksgiving week. What does that look like? You look at each model, it gives you a different story. So it's really, we're 9 or 10 days out. It's just really not worth getting into the deep specifics of what each model is showing us that far out. But I could just give you an early heads up that Thanksgiving week looks active. Early part of the week, middle part of the week, into the holiday weekend. And we're just going to have to take our time to figure out when each of those particular waves moves through and the impacts it could have on your travel plans or your holiday plans. All right. So there's your early heads up. Thanksgiving week looks busy. There is a good possibility we'll have alert days Thanksgiving week. Too early for specifics at this point, but it's something we have to watch. Let's see. Carrie asks, still no frost? We'll definitely have some frost, Carrie, as we get towards the end of this week. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night in particular, I think there is a strong possibility there will be frost, especially outside of the city. Maybe even a freeze. With those lows in the mid-30s in town, that usually means lows in the low 30s and even upper 20s in the suburbs, in the rural areas. So definitely going to see those frost potential go up by the end of the week. See a lot of your comments on the alert days. We hear you. We hear you loud and clear. Let's see. Now here's an alert day question I will answer. Any chance the alert days get downgraded to yellow alert days? Braden asks. We no longer use yellow alert days. It's all or nothing. It's one or the other. Green or red. That's it now. To keep it simple. Steven asks, what's it look like for Thanksgiving? Again, we kind of touched on it at the end of the 10-day here. Too early for specifics, but Thanksgiving week as a whole looks busy. We could see several waves of showers and potentially storms Thanksgiving week. But I don't want to get into too much specifics just yet because the models are everywhere with how that might play out. So good question there. Shonda asks, is it trending colder? like just in general, is it trending colder as we get deeper into fall and eventually winter? Well, Shonda, here is let me take this full. Hang on a second. There we go. This map is the temperature outlook through the end of November, basically, all the way up to December 1st. And right over wave country, you see those shades of tan, orange, whatever you want to call it. And that suggests that we will be trending still slightly above average as we close out the month of November. We are still on pace for the warmest fall ever in Louisville. And by fall, we mean September 1st through all of September, all of October, and all of November. September 1st, November 30th. We are still on pace for the warmest fall we've ever seen. And even with this cold snap coming in at the end of the week, we'll likely be in near record territory. So yeah, in general, the trend is to keep things, there's a slight leaning, if you will. There's a better chance than not that we'll be above average as opposed to near average or below average. So not seeing a sustained chill in the air anytime soon. Yeah, we get back into the 50s this upcoming weekend and into Thanksgiving week. So yeah, it's certainly been a unique fall around here. There's no doubt about that. Any last minute comments, questions before we go, guys? It is Sunday. You know that means we've got football on Wave. It is who is that? It is Cincinnati and Los Angeles. Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals tonight on Wave and NBC. Once we are done with the football game, if you're still up, keep the TV on Wave and watch Wave News at 11. Hopefully we're on around 11:30 or 11:45. And we'll give you an updated look at the forecast as we get towards the new work week. I'll look over some new data tonight. We'll make some tweaks if we need to make those tweaks and go from there. All right, so alert day for Tuesday with rain in the morning. Could slow you down on the morning drive. Alert day for Thursday for that wintry mix and that blast of cold air. Again, I don't see significant impacts or accumulations at this point. It's just kind of that combination of everything on Thursday. First big shot of cold winter-like air, gusty winds, wintry mix. The alert days just say, hey, Thursday's going to be a nasty day. All right? And then we'll quiet things down heading into next weekend. All right, that's it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you watching as always. Again, we'll be on tonight after Sunday Night Football. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, please. You never know what people are going through. We will see you again tonight after football. Have a great week. Take care of yourself. Stay dry and stay warm as we get towards the end of this week. Brian will be back tomorrow morning with the Storm Talk blog as well. So if you can't stay up late tonight to watch our newscast, Be Good will be here in the morning to give you a deeper dive, I'm sure, into what we might see on Thursday. That's it for now, guys. Have a good night. Have a great week.